Now, what was probably the most asked question for this month is character you'd like to see come to the new Smash. So there's a lot that I would like to see, and probably too much to list.
What's the matter, Mario? It's too much for you?
But I think a general trend I really want to see with the next Smash is I want more third-party crossovers. Because I think we've got most of the really big Nintendo characters out of the way. I mean, yes, there are some more we could do. There's some other esoteric choices. But I want to see more third-party crossovers because I think that leads to a lot of the big, like, moments. So the last game actually did a good job of this because we had people from Namco, Capcom, Square, Sega, all kinds of stuff. But I think we can do even more. In fact, I would actually really love to see a lot of indie game ones make their way over. Like Shovel Knight would probably be one of my #1 ones I'd love to see. I think Shantae would be a great fit. We could also get some other big name ones like Rayman from Ubisoft. There's just a lot of stuff I think could make a really good crossover fighter that isn't just the Nintendo characters. Is it a good time to buy a PS4 Pro if you already have a PS4? Because a few days ago, there were rumors about the PS5 dev kits being released. Do you think there's a chance of PS5 being announced next year? Well, first off, as far as getting a PS4 Pro if you already have a PS4 goes, I don't think it matters when the PS5 comes out because the main benefit is going to be that you can play those same PS4 games, but at 4K resolution. I mean, you could hope that maybe a new PS5 would be backwards compatible with PS4, but Sony hasn't really been into that thought process lately. I mean, the PS4 was not backwards compatible at all. So yeah, if you have a 4K TV and the money to burn,
everything burns.
It can be worth it. You get a better gameplay experience, but if you're happy with what you have right now on the PS4, you can hold off on it. Now, as for whether or not we're getting a PS5 soon, I actually think it's very likely we'll get an announcement next year, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we got some kind of official hint at this year's E3. I mean, really, the average lifespan of most gaming consoles so far has been between 5 and 7 years, and the PS4 came out back in 2013. Now, yeah, sure, we got the PS4 Pro, and there was kind of a mid-release, but that's still not a full generation leap, so I really think it's pretty likely that we'll get a PS5 for 2019, or maybe 2020 at the latest. I think it's gonna happen. Do you think there's any chance Sea of Thieves eventually comes to the Switch? No. I love single-player action-adventure games, and yet everything is tending to multiplayer online games. What do you think is the future of single-player gaming? Honestly, I kind of disagree because I love single-player stuff too. I definitely favor single-player over multiplayer. I do a little bit every here and there, but definitely the vast majority of my time is playing single-player games. And there have been a ton that have been successful, you know? I think there's always this kind of narrative going on lately where people focus on all the big AAA games that focus on multiplayer like, oh, Call of Duty and Battlefront, and obviously right now with Fortnite and PUBG. But let's look at some of the most popular games that came out last year. Legend of Zelda, Mario, Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, all single-player games or have some kind of maybe co-op option, or like in Cuphead. The point is, all these games are still single player. And even this year with stuff coming up, I mean, Far Cry 5 just came out, that's single player with a co-op option. We've got God of War coming out, that's a single player game. There's a whole lot of big name titles that are excellent and are still single player going on. We just kind of let a lot of the news cycle get dominated by all those multiplayer games. So I think it's gonna go along just fine. What are your thoughts on Wii U ports for the Switch? Do you like them or not? Also, while on the topic, do you think the next Smash is a port? Well, when it comes to Wii U ports, honestly, personally, I love them. I wouldn't mind if my entire Wii U library eventually got ported to the Switch because at least when those ports are happening, there's some kind of functional benefit going on. You know, in comparison, there's been a lot of PS3 games that got released on PS4, which, ooh, shinier graphics, yeah, that's great and all, but for the Wii U to Switch, it's where, you know, hey, I thought this game was really cool on my TV, but now I have it handheld, and that's really awesome. Now, as for Smash, it's anyone's guess at this moment. It's all hearsay, it's all rumors. Personally, I'm leaning towards it being a new game. I feel like the trailer they did for it just felt too much like a brand new announcement and not some kind of like, oh, by the way, we're porting this one too. But I don't think that's out of the question at all. Favorite Xbox One game to date? #1 has got to be Cuphead. I absolutely loved it. Not just because of the gameplay or the challenge or anything like that, but just everything about it. The music, the visuals, it just all tied together in such a neat package. I love games that feel like a complete full experience, and that one just nailed it perfectly. After that, I'd have to probably say Killer Instinct just because I like fighting games, and the fact that it's kind of become the weird crossover fighter for Microsoft is really interesting to me. But yeah, Cuphead. Will we ever see crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation? Maybe. Honestly, PlayStation doesn't really have a reason to do it yet because they're still doing really well. I mean, yeah, the Switch is too, but they're not in direct competition like Xbox is. I think once the playing field's a little more level, it might happen. But until then, they have no interest. Smash or Soul Calibur 6? Why you gotta make me choose, man? They're two different fighters entirely. I mean, yeah, you beat people up in them, but they're not at all the same. I pick both. They're great.
I pick both.
Yes, I will pick both. This is my channel. I do what I want.